Hello. I don't know if everybody's back. There we go. And I'm assuming I can also be seen, yes? Hi, Craig. Hey, Char, Matt, Soul. How's everybody doing on New Year's Day? Awesome. Or the fourth or the fifth or sixth time, or however many times it took. My laptop, I need to throw it in the garbage. Happy New Year, Chemical. How you doing, man? Hey, Albert. Hey, Rick. Why your head hurt? You was turned up that bad, Craig? You was turned up that bad? Hey, Art. Oh, man, I'm sorry. My little brother was a severe asthmatic. I had asthma when I was younger, so I know what that feels like. I'm glad that you're out of the hospital and you feel better. You heard about the roast? We roasted it dead in 2000. We leaving it in 2018. Hey, BJ. How you doing, BJ? For those of you wondering, this is just ice water. All it is. Kweku Isasi. I hope I didn't butcher that. Thank you. So we're gonna talk about the title. Do women use wanting and liking alphas as an excuse to like dusty men, ain't shit men, thug niggas? Hey, J Smooth. Okay, cool. That's what I do sometimes. I listen to a live stream and clean up. It's almost as good as listening to music and cleaning up. It might be better because sometimes when depending on the live stream you're listening to, you learn something too. Thank you, Soul. So as of late, that's kind of been a undercurrent topic. Alpha male. What is that? Are women just throwing that word around without actually knowing what it is? Is it being used as an excuse to bypass what would be considered a good man in order to get a dusty man? And so the first thing that I want to do is sort of define what I'm talking about. Because when I talk about alpha males, I am talking about a man who has masculinity and is unabashedly male. He has the qualities of assertiveness, aggressiveness, his ability to exert his will in certain cases, his leadership quality, and that sort of thing. So, being an alpha male for me is just a man who is exhibiting his manhood and he's not ashamed to do that. What's going on, France? He's not afraid to do that. And I don't know about other women's definitions of that, but when I say um I like alpha males, that's what I mean. And for me, an alpha is not synonymous with he got to be a thug or he got to be a hood nigga or whatever the association is. Because let's talk about the hood dude for a while, the thug dude. Some thug dudes can be alphas. And here's what I'm saying. Because some women, that is the pool of men that they have to choose from, right? That's the pool. That's the pool of men that they have to choose from. They aren't ever going to be in the pool of women for a CEO to pull from or a baller or whatever other socioeconomic standing, right? She's in the hood. She's a ghetto chick. So she can only choose from the men that are around her that she can get access to. Okay. So she's getting access to a certain group of men, and those group of men might be the thugs or whatever, or what would be considered the no good men, because she doesn't have the wherewithal to expand and go to other groups of men that might be higher on the social economic scale, because other groups of men would not even consider her anyway. So she can only work with what she can work with, and what she can work with is the dudes around the way, and the guys around, the guys around the neighborhood or what have you. So from that pool of men, the most aggressive, the most assertive, the one that can get the other men to follow his lead, he dressed the flyest, he's got the most money out of that group, and he's got the most access to the women, he's going to be the alpha and she's going to gravitate to him. It is what it is. And that dynamic works on every level of the social economic scale. Same dynamic. The woman who is in her corporate world and she can go to the galas and she can go to the dinners that the aldermen are throwing in the city. The woman that's in that pool, she's going to have access to maybe the local politicians, the higher working class men, the men that own businesses, the men. She's going to have access to those men, right? But she's still going to operate on the same program. She's going to look for the one that is the most assertive or the most aggressive, the go-getter, okay? The one with the most ambition, the one that can get the other guys to follow his lead. Okay. He's going to have that masculine aura about himself, and she's going to be attracted to that. And he's not a thug. He's not a thug. He's not a street dude. He's a dude that, he went to school. He probably got some higher education. He expanded his horizons. And she gonna go for that dude. Whoever the alpha is in that group, she gonna go for him. Whether she can get him or not, she gonna have an eye on him. Okay. The baller guys. He got a certain je ne sais quoi about him. He's got resources. Other women want him. It's a reason why, it's a reason why the women want LeBron. Who's the bench player? Who is that guy that's coming off the bench? You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why they want him rather than the guy, the sixth or seventh man off the bench. I mean, LeBron's not my speed, but when he's out on the court, he's what? He's aggressive. He's physically imposing. So women are operating on certain factors, and those factors are not exclusive to any particular group or socioeconomic class. It's not. Contrary to popular belief. So if a woman is passing up a guy and saying this is what I was talking about. The other one is still going? And I thought that would be something stupid because I did kind of see it up there. You know what? I'm not even going to worry about it. I'll just delete the other one when I'm done with this. Since this is going, I'm not going to rock the boat because my laptop does stupid stuff when I rock the boat. So, no, it's probably going on for other people too. Women are operating on the same thing. If we are bypassing a guy and the guy thinks, well, I shouldn't probably be bypassed because I have the resources that she's looking for. I can give her the life that she's looking for. I know how to treat women. I'm not an abusive person. I'm not a mean person. Why would this woman not want to deal with me? Might be one of a couple of things. And it's not going to change no matter what group of women you choose from. And I discussed it a little bit in the other live, the one that's still up on the main channel, You're Too Nice, and what that even means. Onyx Stallion. And I can be ugly. And it shouldn't matter to you if I'm ugly or not because you don't have to fuck me. So what difference does it make? Close your eyes and listen to the stream. Anyway. Think you the first person to ever call me ugly in my life, and is that supposed to hurt my feelings? Some dude I don't know on the internet, even if it is a dude, call me ugly. God. Anyway. What's going on, Straight Panther? So if she's passing you up, it might be a few things going on. We look for strength because strength says to us that you can protect us. That's what it says to us. And if you're running around these streets looking like you can't fight the gnats out of your ass, you have a hard time getting a female. I'm going to repeat that. If you are running around in these streets looking like you can't fight the gnats out of your ass, you can't help me. Because when I go somewhere with you, I got to feel like if some shit pop off, you got me. If some shit pop off, I got to know that the man I'm with has got my back. That he not going to just let something happen to me. You feel me? I want a lion. You know how in Africa, the lionesses do the hunting. So they always out getting a kill. They know how to kill. They do it very well. But sometimes they had a little cubs with them or what have you, or get separated from each other or whatever. And let's say a group of hyenas surround one or two of the female lions. Now, she not scared to fight, but, 5 or 6 hyenas is overwhelming for her. And they'll kill her. Now, the female lion's catches, her kills, go to the male lion first. That's where the phrase, the lion's share, comes from, because the male lion gets the fur no matter how far it is, no matter how much the females worked to get that kill. He eat first, then the cubs, then her, right? So the reason why she do that is so that he'll have the strength to do his job, which is to protect the pride. So if she gets surrounded by hyenas and she gives the call, I need help, I'm in trouble, I need some help, and my help is the male lion that we are loyal to in this pride. He is the alpha of this pride. Here he come. And when he come, he ain't come and play no goddamn games with them hyenas neither. He gonna kill them hyenas. Or he gonna die trying. He gonna kill them or he's going to die trying. You feel me? Now, do I want my man to die trying to protect me? No. Because I don't ever want the situation to come about where my husband or my man is being put in a dangerous situation where his life may actually be at risk. Now, to answer Immortal One, so women think nice guys can't protect. I don't think nice guys can't protect. But what the so-called nice guy has to do is demonstrate that he will. He doesn't necessarily have to do. Because if there is no situation, then he doesn't have to engage. We just have to know that you will. We just have to know that you can. That's all we have to know. Just got to know. I knew for a fact that my husband, disability or no, I had to be careful about what I told him. If I had an altercation or I had a little argument or I could not just tell my husband that. Could not just tell him that. Because if I tell him, thank you, Errol. If I tell him such and such a man was bothering me and, you know, it may not even have been a big deal to me. But he gonna take it seriously. Who was messing with you? Who said, what did he say? When was this? Where were you? He want the details. Now, say what he said again. Give me the whole thing. Because I want to know, should I go tear his head off or what? I told my husband about, this was years ago. I told my husband about some dude that was living in the apartment building, and he was always like bother me and my sister. And the guy became more and more persistent and more, you know, he would, be a little, every time he saw him, he was more aggressive, more aggressive, more aggressive. Didn't like taking no, didn't respond to just ignoring him, because I like to not give energy. So it's like, if I don't give energy to it, negative or positive, then, that means I want you to leave me alone. He didn't want to. And every time we passed by, or, he would make sure to get into the elevators with us alone or whatever. And it was like, I don't like this. And this went on probably for like a week or so. And eventually I told my husband. For all of the guys, and I'll know what you're thinking as a man by the answer. When I told my husband that incident, who did he get mad at? I want y'all to type in the chat. Who did he get mad at for the men? Percival said me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The question, Matt, was I eventually told my husband about this man, and who was the first person he got mad at? Exactly. Exactly. He was mad at me. He was mad at me. And he was mad, and you guys are right, he was mad for not telling him sooner. Now, why didn't I tell him sooner? Well, I know what kind of man I got. I know who he is. And I didn't want to send him off for a one-off situation, right? Or a situation that if I simply don't give it any energy, it'll go away, and he wouldn't have to do anything. So I figure, if the guy say one or two things, I'm not physically hurt, or anything like that. He's not getting super out of context, so let me just be cool and not make a bigger deal out of it than it needs to be. If it doesn't need to be a big deal, I'm not going to make it a big deal, right? This man said, I can't go tell my husband about something every man said to me. They've been in a fight every day. I don't want that. But when the man was persistent and I realized that he wasn't going to stop, now I got to call my lion. Now I got to give the call. Help me. Because he needs to be able to see he's not respecting my boundary. So maybe he'll respect yours. And to this day, my husband died not telling me what he said to that man. Or maybe even what he did to that man. And but I didn't see that man no more. Around the building, in the building, around the neighborhood, nothing. I never saw that man again. Nope, I take that back. I seen him one time after that, and that man ran from me. He went way around the other corner around somewhere. He didn't even want to be in the same hallway with me. Saw that man one time after that. I don't know what my husband said to that man. Whatever he said, it was effective as hell. Because that man ran from me. Do you hear me? He said, if he say something to you again, tell me. And I don't want to hear no bullshit. You better not fucking wait. You better tell me the moment he say something else to you or your sister. The moment. Because if you don't tell me the moment it happened, whatever he get, you might get it. So you had better just say it. I'm like, okay. And then inside, I'm like, hell yeah. You know he got jumped several times for that. I don't play games. Okay. I don't play games. That nigga got jumped so many times for that. My sister went and like bought him like a little gift. She was like, thank you. He was like, y'all, you ain't gotta do that. She was like, no, you my daddy. Thank you. Because he helped raise her. So he was like her older brother daddy type situation. He was more that than he was brother-in-law to her. And Reggie, you asked what happened. My husband passed away January of 2018. So why did I say that story? This is what we want to know. I want to know that the man that I am with, I almost got to be careful what I say to him. Because if I say the wrong thing, or I tell him about some insignificant altercation that happened and he get mad and he want to tear somebody head off, I can't put him in that position. Thank you, Reggie. I can't put my husband in that position because he gonna tear somebody head off. I can't do it. So I want to have to be, careful about what I say to this nigga. Because you can't just give the call to the lion all willy-nilly. The lioness can't just get that call. Because when he come through, he coming through to kill something. And she know that. That's why she be trying to handle the two little hyenas that she can. Because she know If I call this nigga over here, he gonna kill the whole pack of hyenas. Not that she care about the blood on the hands, but it's just like if I can handle the 1 or 2 hyenas, I'm gonna handle it. But if they get too many and they get real rambunctious, I'm gonna have to call the cavalry. And the cavalry ain't bullshitting. So Alchemy said exactly. People don't know they can disappear messing with me as women. And that is real. That is real. You will come up missing. You feel me? Missing. And so, you know, I had to be mindful what I said to my husband. Because, my husband had a temper this big. And he was waiting on situations so that he could exercise that aggressiveness. He was waiting on a chance to put somebody's head through something about me. Thank you, Infinity. And I knew that. And when you know that and you are a responsible woman, you can't use that as a weapon. You can't use your man like an attack dog. Exactly, Black Zeus. And thank you. There are some women that would send their men off on a dummy mission just to see chaos. And I was just getting back to that. Women who know how to be women and are not on fuck shit will not send her man like an attack dog, because he can be in danger. That was always my concern. Not what he was going to do to them, but what could happen to him in the process. I didn't want him to be in any type of danger. Yes, cats. That Wanda chick that sent her husband to deal with Cat Williams. Now, see, you can't send your man off on these missions because women who are irresponsible with their womanhood think that shit is funny. Okay? They think that shit is fun to go and see their man check somebody or whoop somebody's ass. Those are not funny situations to me. And they think they're fun situations because if she happened to be present at the time, she back there jugging and ad-libbing and instigating. So thank you, Ray, and happy New Year's. And also, thank you, Lar. Lar Movement said happy New Year, Fish Grease. Happy New Year to you too. That's that Chicago aggression. West side is best side. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you can tell she think the shit is funny because she be back there instigating and shit. Yeah, motherfucker. Now I got my man over here now, motherfucker. Now what you gonna do, motherfucker? Shut your bitch ass up. your ass up. Happy New Year to you too, Plunder. Matt D said, I don't know if women understand we don't go with an olive branch. We knowingly enter a space where the only thing in front of us is a door and the nameplate says death. Most women don't get that. We're talking about women who don't even get their own womanhood. So, of course, they're not going to get the mind of a man and how he's processing information and how he's going to deal with certain situations. Men have, generally speaking, a protective spirit. Even men, I don't know. It was a man last night. I was driving Uber, a black man, and he showed some real concern. He was like, "Be careful out here, sister. You by yourself. It's New Year's Eve. People get funny ideas, and man, if you can make your money and not drive all night, sis, try to get home, sis. And be careful out here." I mean, I didn't know that man. I knew that man for all of the 20 minutes he was in my car. But like I said, he's a brother. And he showed some concern, like, if you can get in at some point and not drive all night, sis. Man don't know me. I'm just a woman that drove him where he was going. But he was a man, so he couldn't help it. He had to try to protect even a woman he didn't know from nowhere. So, I'm not talking about the ratchet bitches that like all that bullshit and will send her man out on some stupid ass shit that she's concocting. That's the other thing. Shit, she go out and stir up some shit and then he got to come back and clean it and deal with it. I never did shit like that. Go start shit and then, "Ooh, baby, come get it." That was actually one of the reasons why he would go so hard in the paint, because he knew if I came to him with a situation, he know good and goddamn well I didn't start it, because I wasn't no shit starter. He would only ask me what happened so that he could get an understanding of the context to gauge how serious it was for him. That's all he wanted the context for. Because he knew I wasn't out somewhere where he wasn't at talking big shit to a nigga, you doing some shit you ain't got no business. Then now all of a sudden you're a victim and he needs to come protect you and oh my God. Go. Get the fuck out of here with that. And like my mom used to try to call my husband. This is early on in our marriage. And she would be playing a victim. So one time she did it. I didn't know she did that. And he went up to where she was at, about to put somebody's head through a wall. Turns out he didn't need to do that. He came back because I'm trying to figure out why he rushed out the house so bad. So when he came back, I said, baby, what happened? Why you leave out like that? You got a phone call. You ain't just left. What happened? He said, your mom called and said, I said, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Who called you? Your mom. And what did she say? Yeah, some man was messing with her and blah, 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 blah. I sat him down. I said, you don't know her like I know her. She's not me. Yeah, but that's your mama. I said, hold on, baby, hold on. I'm not trying to say you was wrong. What I'm trying to tell you is that she not me. She will call you on some bullshit. Cause my mama is a shit starter. And who knows what she was saying to that man is the reason as to why he might have been trying to whoop her ass. She might have needed her ass whooped. And I don't want you running out there on a limb thinking you doing the right thing for all the right reasons for the wrong motherfucker. And cause if she gets you hurt or something happened to you off of the back of some bullshit that she has put in order, I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna kill her. He said, you dead ass, ain't you? I said, serious as a motherfucking heart attack. I said, don't go back out there on her phone call. If she call you, you tell me. And then I call her. She got that work. Don't you ever in your long-legged life call my man on no bullshit. Well, these dudes, I said, I don't give a flying what they was gonna do. Cause I know you. What you do? What did you say to them niggas to make them niggas have a problem with you? What was you doing? You mean tell me you was minding your business and you wasn't doing nothing, innocent old you, and then they just came through and was messing with you. Correct? Get the hell out of here. She tried that shit one more time. I gave her one more phone call, so I ain't gonna do it no more. I'm not gonna call you. I'm not gonna talk to you no more. I said, cause if you call my man one more time. Cause see, he didn't go that next time. He told me. Oh well, I'm out here. I said, you need to lose my husband's number. Cause I don't think I like you calling him directly anyway. It's not your man, that's my man. He didn't marry you, marry me. He married the family. I said, bullshit. He married me. I am the family. Now I got off into a little personal story, but we're gonna get back on topic. Because that weaponizing, and I'm glad you said that, weaponizing masculinity, Sweet Jones. You can't sick him on folk. I never used my husband like an attack dog. I respected the fact that I knew that he was going to tear somebody's head off. All I gotta do, give him that look and point him out. Him over there. You know, can't just be going out there trying to protect. Wolf and beta clothes, bigger, taller men. That's something almost innate. The larger you are physically, imposing, that's almost evolution. You're bigger, so therefore stronger, so therefore better protector. Shamal Thomas, I may do a video on that. Said just a suggestion, but the idea of marrying the family needs to be addressed. I can't begin to tell you how often I heard that when I was married. Hello, Miss Linda. How you doing? Happy New Year. So women are yeah, we've evolved. I mean, because we have our own social constructs and things like that. A shorter guy isn't necessarily the pushover because I know a guy kind of short. I wouldn't fuck with him. And anybody that's in his space knows that little baby face thing he got going, and him only being about 5'7", maybe 5'8". That don't let that shit fool you. He'll fuck somebody up bad, quick. Got a hot temper. So, short a dude being short don't automatically dismiss him. Because I know a couple short dudes that I wouldn't. If I was another man, I wouldn't fuck with the nigga. The nigga just got that aura about him. Like I don't play them type of games, nigga. So we're looking for those certain qualities. That protection is one. Like having resources is important because women want protection and maintenance, right? We want both. We want security. We want to be taken care of. And so we will gravitate to the men that we think will do that because the biological imperative can never be bypassed completely. So we're always operating on that. Thank you, Linda. We're always operating on that standard because it's always there. Just like men operate on they base nature, they never stop. They never stop. Men want women that are submissive and cooperative and have an amicable attitude and they're able to understand their position as women. But They never say they want an ugly woman. I never heard no dude say, I really want a ugly woman. I ain't never heard that. What's good, crew? And for all of you who have contributed via PayPal, thank you very much. I ain't never heard no nigga say, man, I really want an ugly woman with a nice personality. Say that. That ain't even in his DNA. Why would he want that? Yeah, man, not in the history of niggerdom have I ever heard a nigga say he wanted an ugly bitch with good qualities. Where they do that at? Now I've heard dudes say she ain't gotta be a beauty queen. I heard him say that. But she at least gotta have some attractiveness to him. She gotta have some type of attractiveness. She can't just be a fucking geely monster. She gotta have something that he like, a nice body, she got a decent face. She ain't gotta be a 10. She could be a 6. She might even be a 5, but she got a nice shape and she got a good person. He'll take it. He'll take it. But I ain't never seen no nigga say, I need me a 2 in my life. You know what? Ronan said, yes, she shouldn't look like Robert Parrish in the face neither. For those of you who don't know who Robert Parrish is, that he reached back and got Robert Parrish. You reached all the way back and got Robert Parrish out of I don't know where you dug him up. Why you do that? Yeah. So, I just ain't never heard no man just want a ugly woman. Clyde Drexler and Bantam. No. Bitch running around here looking like Muggsy Bogues with a wig on. Oh my God. So, just like men are not coming off of their biological imperatives. They're not gonna not want more than one woman at a time. They're not gonna not want a decent or pretty woman. They're not gonna not want that stuff. Entertain, you know what? Thank you, cats. But what this nigga write? This nigga said, y'all hoes only good for sucking dick. It take one to know one. You must be good at sucking dick. Are you? Oh, you can't answer because you've been hidden. Oh. Anyway. Men are going on their biological imperatives too. I mean, yeah, you tweak it and socially and all of that, but they still want what they want. They still want you have a good attitude and all of that. And you better be cute and you better have that bedroom game on point. And niggas ain't playing. Let you be lacking. The only thing a nigga really give you a pass on is if you don't cook. You know. Yeah, this is my little music. And so women are working on their biological imperatives too. They don't go anywhere. We're socialized to think differently, but they don't they don't go anywhere. See, a woman to tell you, I want a man that listens to me and he takes me out and he's sensitive to my needs. When we say when I say I want a man to listen to me, here's what I want. If we are in a relationship and there's decision making to don't start with that folk stuff, and there is decisions to be made, I want my voice heard in this relationship. That's what I mean when I say I want a man to listen to me. Okay. I want him to listen to my input, my consultation. There's decisions to be made, there's things to be done, and he's coming to me to see what his woman thinks about it. That's what I mean by I want to be heard in a relationship. I want my man to talk to me. When I say I want him to be sensitive to my needs, that means that he can be an asshole 90% of the time, but that 10% of the time, I'm going to need him to not be an asshole. I'm going to need him to demonstrate at some point in time that he actually gives a fuck about my heart. Right? Because we want protection of that too. So he does have to be able to demonstrate that he can soften. He can soften for me. That if I really have a problem, that he'll stop and turn around and say, okay, what's happening? What's happening with you? Tell me. Tell me what's going on. And then I can tell him what's going on. Hey, DJ Batman. And he'll listen to it. That's what I want. That's what I mean when I say I want to be listened to. I want to be heard. I want some emotional feedback from him. He's not going to be as emotional as I am. He's not going to express it the way I do, but I need some emotional availability from him because we're emotional creatures. Right? So that's what we mean. But all of that, you want a girlfriend? Get your lesbian ass out of here. Go get you a damn bitch then. Because I need my man to have some of that. But then I need him to be able to say no to me as well. I do not want a man that I can put a battery in his back and he do whatever I want. I don't want that guy. You do whatever I want every time. Hmm. Every time. Hmm. And that's when we start shit testing you. Let me request some stupid ass shit. See if you do it. And if that nigga do it, like, did this nigga just acquiesce to some stupid ass shit? And I knew it was stupid when I said it. So did this nigga really find a way to do some shit that he should not be doing? Okay. Now see what I got on my hands. I got an ignorant ass nigga. He ignorant. You know, I'm asking you to buy an example of stupid shit, Plunder, would be asking a nigga that ain't got that kind of bag to get you some real expensive shit. Like I ask a regular working Joe nigga to buy me some genuine red bottoms. Bitch, do you know how much Christian Louboutin shoes cost, bitch? You know how fucking much that shit is? To get you some actual fucking red bottoms, bitch, you better take these fuchsia bottom shoes, bitch. I ain't ask no working class man no shit like that. Or ask him to go get you a big ass rock. You know, ask him to go get old crazy ass piece of jewelry. You know he ain't got money like that. So why you ask that man that shit? That's an example of dumb shit. And if that nigga try to scrap up money to get that shit, mm-mm. Mm-mm. Asking shit like you can shame the nigga into doing shit for all your mama and he running cab and shit. Take my mama over to the stop. And if she can talk to you consistently in commands and not questions, any woman that constantly talking to you in commands and she'll never ask you no questions, you need to question two things. First thing you need to question, let's get off of the sister, because I ain't got no smoke with her. So we not gonna talk about her because she not over here. So you gotta question two things when a bitch constantly talking to you in commands, imperatives. She'll never ask you no that damn questions. Yeah, first ask one, am I being a non-assertive ass nigga? Why she thinks she can talk to me? You know, you can kind of look around, see who that bitch talking to. Who you talking to? Who you talking to like that? So question you first. Have I been a simp ass nigga this whole time? Cause why this bitch think she can talk to me like this? Cause you gotta wonder why motherfuckers talk to you the way they do. Cause that's the first thing I question. When people come off left fucking field and it be on some bullshit and I know I ain't with it, I be questioning me. What was it in my spirit that made you feel like you could say that to me? Because it's got to be something that I'm exuding. It's something in my aura. And then the second thing you gotta question is, why is you with a bitch that always talk to you like she finna tell you, like, why you with a bitch always telling you what to do? Why is you with that bitch? She always trying to tell you what to do. She'll never ask. She tell. She never ask you no damn questions. Ain't nice. Happy New Year. Say, preach that gospel. I'm trying. Hallelujah. I'm trying. Because I want to know, why you with a bitch that always talking imperatives? The times that I used to do that shit, my husband used to stop. Was there supposed to be a question mark behind that? Or did you put a period behind that? Huh? Huh? Yeah, huh? Uh-huh. It was that. Now that's a question. Now I'm trying to figure out, did you ask me or are you telling me that you want something done? Like, oh wait, I'm asking? Don't sound like a question. Like, I'm sorry. Can you do this for me, please? That's a question. Sure. Yeah. DJ, the timeout is letting you live, dude. You can't come through flexing. The weird flex, but okay. Thank you, June. So my husband be like, okay, is it a question or is that a statement? I'm sorry. It's a question. Okay. We can continue on after that. Hey, Eric. So it's a long explanation. The beta game. Everybody can't do the beta game. The beta switch, the bait and switch. You know. So, hey, Warrior Prince. Hey, decent. So, the topic at hand, let's see if we can actually answer this question. Do women use alpha as an excuse to like dusty dudes? Sometimes I think they might. When they don't know what an alpha is, right? Women that don't actually know what an alpha is. Hey, Manasa. But then usually these are the women that don't know what womanhood is either. So sometimes they think that an alpha is the man that's gonna beat on them and talk to them real crazy and verbally abuse them and treat them like a piece of shit, you know, that kind of thing. That's not being an alpha. That's being a fuck boy. That's being a piece of shit. Alphas know they know the line between I'm a little assholish but I don't go too far. I don't go into abuse of this woman. I just know how to stand my ground. That's all. I know when I want to yield and when I don't want to yield. And when I don't want to yield, I don't. That's all. But all that abuse shit, that's not being no alpha. And some women are confused on that point, probably because they are broken themselves. Demiurge says, "You think the environment supports relationships?" No. The current environment support fucking. It don't support relationships. Because nobody wants to be in their respective roles anymore. And see, with a true alpha male, I'm glad you said that, Ronan. So I never saw the need for abuse. A true alpha won't abuse. He'll leave a woman that is sort of bringing that out of him. Thank you, Linda. The woman is sort of bringing that out of him. He doesn't want to deal with that woman. He don't want to. He don't want to fight with her. He got other stuff he doing. He don't want to fight with her. Craig Hopper is right. Says so-called alphas really don't want to argue too much. We cooperate well when we on the same page with a woman. That's basically alphas just want shit to go right. That's all. That's all. Hold on for a minute, because I think I might have somebody knocking at the door. One moment. Sorry, that was a false alarm. False alarm. No one was at the door. So what the hell was I saying? Because I'm easy to lose track of what the hell I'll be talking about. My brain, Gemini brain. We basically got two brains. Um, but yeah, alphas don't want to be with no woman that he gotta study wrestle and he gotta study fighter and he gotta study corral that bitch. He don't deal with that shit. He get tired of it. He gets sick of that shit real quick. Because they want shit to be in order. It's basically, an alpha male. He want to give the orders and give you your marching papers, and he don't want nothing else happening other than them goddamn marching papers. Now, he don't want to have to deal with that other type of shit. Gave you your marching orders. You come back. You didn't march. You sat around for 2 hours. You went to the store. What happened? I don't know. And I don't know what happened. How the fuck you mean you don't know what happened? You gotta be you gotta be willing to cooperate. But one thing I will say is that I do think some women will try to say that the alpha male is sort of the thug type male, and she'll use it, but she's using the word wrong. Excuse me, she's using the word wrong. And so therefore she will apply it to a dusty ass nigga, because let's just be real. It take a certain kind of woman to deal with an alpha male. You can't just be no any old kind of bitch. You gotta be able to deal with him. You gotta be able to deal with that man. Because if you can't deal with no alpha, he'll run you off. And you'll be trying to figure he ain't shit, and he just was doing this and doing that. Now he won't be shit, but strangely enough, the kitty was always wet though for him. Didn't like that nigga. Sure was always wet for that nigga though. That's one thing they said. That nigga was good in bed. There was something about that nigga always had you ready. Crew Reality says nerdy alphas. Not play about nothing. But cause see, an alpha can be anywhere. You gotta be in no hood. My husband was an alpha. He wasn't no thug. My husband never thugged a day in his life. He was never in no gang. He wasn't never busting shots at nobody. My husband went to school and shit. But he displayed his manhood, and he readily did so. But I also want to speak to and sort of dispel the myth that just having resources makes you an alpha. No, it don't. Your masculinity makes or breaks the alpha status. Your masculinity, and you have to have that regardless of what your bank account, whether your bank account got a bunch of zeros or a bunch of zeros with some numbers in front of them. Whatever one you do, you still got to be a masculine man. Because if I'm with a man who is displaying his masculinity and he happened to have money, and let's say he lose that money, he don't lose being a masculine man. He don't lose it, because that's something inside of him, and it's not inside of a bank. It's not on a platinum card. It can't be stolen from him. So he can lose his money today. And if he really about that shit, if he really that nigga, he gonna get that money back. All you gotta do is sit tight. He'll get it back. He gonna figure out how to do some shit. Because alphas is always figuring out how to do shit. They always figuring out how to get to the next level. That's what they do. Hey, Miss Blue Love. Because people would say, Mark Zuckerberg is an alpha. No, the fuck he ain't. Mark Zuckerberg is not an alpha. Mark Zuckerberg has resources. And he wouldn't have no bitches checking for him if he didn't have them. None. You think is Mark Zuckerberg running around here looking like he can whoop somebody's ass on your behalf? He can get his security to whoop a nigga ass, but he ain't gonna do it. Your average dude'll fuck his ass up. He better be a martial artist and some hidden shit you just don't know. He don't even look aggressive. He don't even look like he can get aggressive. This nigga just got money. And a bitch will get with him for the money. She get with him for the money. Best believe that's how niggas that don't have no masculinity, but they got money. That's how they getting these bitches around them, cause the bitches see the money. But I bet you anything, she fucking another nigga that don't get her shit, but a hard dick and a hard time. See a dude that just got resources, but he doesn't have any of his masculinity. Bitches use niggas like that. It's called beta bucks and alpha fucks. Bitches use niggas like that. Cause all he got is resources. He ain't got nothing else she want. But he got a lot of them. So she'll play with him for that money. She'll play that game. Like she's so goddamn in love and shit. But if he don't got that masculinity, she's gonna be actually turned on by the dude that hit everything in her female brain. So women are operating on the same shit no matter where she is, no matter what she's doing. Wait, they doing it on YouTube. Fools buying cars on a live stream. Nah, I ain't seen that. Should I need a car? Where's a simp when I can explain aggressive? You have to look dangerous. How do you not look like a pushover? Um, you don't gotta look dangerous. Like I said, I know a dude. He's about 5'8" at the tallest. He got a baby face. It's real baby face. Not an incredibly imposing physical, like, he's not physically imposing. You don't look at him like, man, that's a big old motherfucker. But he carry an aura about him that just let other motherfuckers know that he ain't for that bullshit. It's just in him. It's just in him. It's just in him. He used to bang and shit like that back in the day. And you can tell that he still got them sensibilities. He still got that, what you say? And Wolf hit it on the head, on the nail on the head. Keep a straight face and don't be quick to respond verbally. All that smiling and goofy shit. Like like Don Corleone told Sonny after they left the meeting with Sollozzo. So don't ever let nobody know what you thinking. Don't let them niggas know what you thinking. They ain't none of their business what you thinking. Don't say shit. Nigga ask you a dumbass question, just look at that nigga. Hood, and I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. Y'all say what y'all want. But hood niggas got that shit down pat. That hood look, that hard ass look, just that nigga look. My husband ain't never banged. He ain't never slang them things. He was never no thug, but he did grow up in the Henry Horner projects. He did grow up there. And all that nigga shit would come out. You want to fuck with him? You want nigga? Nigga here now. Nigga say something, and my husband get that look on his face like, nigga, what? And just stare at that nigga. That nigga be trying to figure that shit out. Did I say something wrong? You figure it out. He don't say nothing to that motherfucker till he change his tune. Make that motherfucker change his tune. Or leave you the fuck alone. It's just something that's in you. All that I mean, I ain't saying as a man you can't smile or be amicable or be friendly. I'm not saying you can't do that. But you gotta have it in your back pocket though. You gotta have it in your back pocket. You gotta be able to turn that lion on. I gotta know that the lion is in you. You ain't always gotta walk around with your mane puffed up and roaring at everybody. But I have to know that the lion is in you. I gotta know that lion is there. Cause if I don't know he in there, and it ain't never no situation where you bring it out. Like this nigga ain't got no go. That's what we be saying. This nigga ain't got no go. He ain't got no go. He ain't shit. Cause we shit test you first. Before we see you in any other situation, because we may not see you in any other situation with another man where you may have to check them or anything like that. So we shit test you first. Because if you let us get away with fuck shit, you might let another nigga get away with some stupid ass shit. That's why we shit test you. To see if this nigga gonna say no to me, or is he gonna be able to check me on some goofy shit? Let me say some goofy ass shit. And if that nigga say, hey, all jokes aside, what'd you just say? Hmm? Hmm? What'd you just say? Because I don't think I like that statement. And he ain't got to check you hard. He ain't got to cuss you out. He ain't got to call you out your name. He ain't got to degrade you. He ain't got to do none of that shit. All you got to do is just call it. All you got to do is just call it out. Like, I don't think I like that statement you made. Huh? No. Repeat what you said. I said such and such. Mm-hmm. And the nigga proceed to tell you why he don't like that shit. Okay. And if you about your shit as a woman, like, okay, he ain't gonna let me just get away with stupid shit. Good, good, good. She either gonna have that reaction and be like, yeah, this is a nigga I want to stick with. Or if she one of them controlling ass, goofy ass bitches, she gonna be mad and leave. You ain't need that bitch no way. Because if she can't respect no boundaries that you put down, you don't need nobody needs a motherfucker that don't respect no boundaries that get put down. Nobody need that. You need that type of negativity in your life. Let's see what y'all saying in the chat room. Wolven Bay said, keep your answers short and straight. Have her wondering what you mean. Train her to what you expect of her, not what she expects of you. Yeah. And I find that to go along with what I'm saying about boundaries. Everybody should have boundaries. And if you're a person that don't have boundaries, and then you kind of get treated as, wrong or whatever, that would be your fault. Because you have to know what your own boundaries are before you can present them to others. You have to understand what your boundaries are. Hey, Amiri. You have to know what your own boundaries are before you can present them. So a man has his boundaries. He has boundaries. He want to be talked to a certain way. He want his woman to act a certain way or whatever, right? Present them, and he presents them truthfully, honestly. And as a woman, you are to decide whether or not you can deal with the boundaries that have been set before you. And if you can't deal with the boundaries that have been set before you, then you need to leave that man alone. But that translates into taking an L, and a lot of women don't know how to take L's. Most women don't know how to take no L. Will 33 said, what's the perfect age gap between a man and a woman? I would say no more than 10 years. No more than 10 years older. That's a good span because she can respect him. He's old enough over her that she can respect him. But he's not so much older than her that he's trying to raise her like a kid. Like, so if I was like, when I was 19 or 20 looking to get married, there were men who were 45, 46 want to get married to me. That was too old because he gonna be my daddy. He's too many years my senior. I'm just not jumping off the porch. He been around the block. He done flew across the country. He done went and visited other people. He done made business deals. He coming back to the city. He doing too much. He know too much. And I'm gonna be his daughter in every situation except when I'm fucking him. You're gonna try to sun me all the time. I don't want to be sunned or daughtered in this case. Benjamin Horsley said, "How many L's have you taken? Too many to count. Too many to count. I have taken L's all my life in some way, shape, or form. But I choose to have those L's instead of them being losses. Those are learning experiences. Experiences that you go through in life are for learning. You know you're a fucking idiot when you don't never learn nothing out of no situation that you been in. Y'all take L's all the time. They hurt your soul sometimes, but it is what it is. So should a man hit a woman? Yeah, if she fighting. If a woman jump in your face like she a nigga and she trying to fight, wear that bitch out. Shouldn't jump her ass in your face. Now, if we're talking about domestic abuse, no. I'm only talking about in situations where she fighting. She trying to fight. She got little weapons. She trying to. It's abuse that I'm against. She's not fighting. She's not putting up that type of energy, and you just wailing on her. No, I don't agree with that. What if the older dude give you the experience and truly loves you, trying to show you the way out without errors? It was possible, but when I was young, I just didn't want no older man. What he gonna do with me when he turns 60? What he gonna do with me? I was 18 when I met that nigga. 20 years later, I ain't nothing but 38. That nigga old now. What he gonna do with it? Say you get his money and he dies. Wow. Wolf and Beta clothes. If I don't like onions in my food, I tell her, but she'll do it anyways eventually. My response isn't to verbally address it with her, but rather not eat the dish, and I tell her why. I missed that conversation. What is that? So are you saying if a wolf and beta clothes, are you saying like if you are already told her I don't like onions and she cooked with the onions anyway and give it to you, you saying you won't say it again, you just won't eat the food. Is that what I'm saying? Is that what you're saying? I'm just curious. I was just curious about the conversation. Okay. Mhm. I get it. That makes sense. Because if it's already been told, if the boundaries have already been told, or the preferences have been told in this case, you either comply or you don't. So my train of thought, I'm sorry, you guys. It's easy for me to lose. Like I told you, Gemini's got two brains. My other brain is also at work. So if I lose my train of thought, please bear with me. Because that's sometimes where the silences are coming from. Because I've lost it and I'm trying to regain it. Because I don't like to do a lot of explaining. I'm gonna need a refund on the food. Are you talking about Malik? You commenting on what Wolf and Beta Clothes is talking about? But once you say something, and see that almost goes back to boundaries, because once you have set the boundaries out there, then we shouldn't have to keep going over them. You know, if a man sets his boundaries, why does he have to keep reminding you about the boundaries? Unless you're a habitual line stepper, you like stepping on the fucking boundaries. If you like stepping on the boundaries, then yeah, he might have to keep saying that shit. Cause I don't like when my boundaries are stepped on. Cause I set boundaries too. Cause there's certain shit that can't be said to me. Certain shit can't be done. Yeah, deal breakers. And if I tell you my deal breakers, I don't expect you to contravene it. But the only way that I can truly expect for you not to contravene it is to actually state very clearly what these deal breakers are, so that when you cross them, I know you did that shit on purpose. You purposely fucking with me. Because I already told you what kind of treatment that I need to have. Or rather what I can't tolerate. It's easier for me to tell you what I can't tolerate. As long as you work within them boundaries, we can make it. Just like if he tell me this is what I don't tolerate, this is what I can't tolerate. If I feel like I can deal with that, then I deal with it. If he give me some boundaries that's way out of my league and I can't do nothing with that, then I bid him a fine farewell. And I'm sorry. This probably not gonna work with me. Because your boundary is my wheelhouse. I do this shit all the time. So me and you not gonna work. Cause I'm gonna constantly be tap dancing all over your goddamn boundaries. You're gonna be constantly mad at me. Wolf and Beta Club said, I don't force women to do anything. Wear the shoe or not. It's your choice. I can't remember the last time I raised my voice. I heard that. I heard that. Because I don't need a man's voice raised at me. I know how to intake information. I don't need him to raise his voice. But towards the last, I want to say 6 years of my marriage, me and my husband barely argued. We barely had disagreements. We knew each other too well. I knew what was going to agitate him. Just don't do it. I knew the type of stuff that was gonna piss him off. Just don't do it. You ain't gotta have no argument. I know how to take that information from him because because of my love and respect for him, I never wanted to be the source of his dismay or displeasure. I would cry my eyes out. Do you hear me? And my husband even acted like he was disappointed or acted like he didn't want to, like he was mad at me. Mad at me? I did something to make him mad. I didn't like that at all. Peace was more important to me than me being right. It was much more important. Peace was the peace of the household, and the peace between me and him was much more important than me sticking to some point or some petty argument. Wolf and Beta clothes. You know, sometimes women do that for attention, say they gonna leave. I don't play them type of games because if I think I'm gonna leave, if I've contemplated this already. The first and last time I told my husband that I wanted a divorce, it wasn't about no shaming or trying to get him to do something different. I told this story before. He was sick. And he had gotten really, really abusive verbally and emotionally. And that's my boundary. It's a trigger. It was traumatic for me and I can't deal with it. Like I can't deal with it. It's not even a preference. I can't. I can't deal with it physically. I can't deal with it emotionally. I can't deal with it spiritually. I can't deal with it at all. Too bad of arguments, I'll throw up. I'll cry. You know, all kinds of stuff. I'll be shaking. I don't. I don't have good reaction to arguing and strife and yelling at all. And so he was doing that constantly over the course of probably a year. It changed who he was and the color of our relationship. But I didn't want to leave him because at that time, he wasn't really even able to do things for himself. So I'm literally waiting on him hand and foot. And I would bring him food. I would dress him. I would bathe him. I would help him walk. I would help. He was that kind of sick at one point. And all while I'm helping him do dialysis because he was doing home dialysis at one point. I had to learn how to do that, how to clean wounds, and all the while I'm doing this kind of stuff, I'm being berated, berated. Nothing was good enough. Nothing was right. Nothing was nothing. And after his health kind of turned a corner a little bit, he got a little bit more independent. I didn't have to do all of those things to that degree. Hey, Keith. Benjamin, do I miss him? Desperately. Every day. Um, I sat him down and I told him why, what was wrong, and that I had already contemplated the ramifications of us getting a divorce. And he was shocked. Like, you want a who and a what now? You want a what? Yeah, I want a divorce. Why? And I reiterated, can't take it. I can't. And he said, is your mind made up, or is there anything I can do? Is there anything I can do at all? I said, my mind is not made up because I don't want to leave. I just can't take that treatment. And if this is going to be the new you, I can't do that. I ain't saying you, if this is the new you, if this is the new person that you got to be, I ain't trying to say you got to change. I'm trying to say I can't deal with it. And he was like, it's over. I'm changing. I'm changing. I will never speak to you in that manner again. And he didn't. He did not do it again. He was very mindful. Now that he wasn't walking on eggshells with me, but all that extra bullshit, he stopped doing that. Because he was like, I don't know no woman that would have stuck with me with this. We wasn't but about 4 years into our marriage. And after that conversation, we was both a puddle of damn tears and shit. Me most of all. I was crying my eyes out. I couldn't even hardly talk. And he was like, I won't do that. I'll, be more mindful about that. Hmm. So for the last few years of our marriage, we didn't even argue. Argue for what? Why are we going through strife and trouble and problems? You don't need problems. No problems. He said something. He wanted it done. It was done. I'd rather be silent than to argue. A lot of times we wasn't arguing because either I would be quiet and let him say whatever he was saying, or he would sometimes do it too. Just be quiet. Let me get it off my chest. Let me get it off my chest and I'm done. You done? Yeah, I'm done. We be mad, kind of mad at each other a little bit, feeling some type of way. I don't like all that energy. I go in there and fix something to eat, bring it to him. You hungry? You want to watch the game, baby? What they doing on here? What you doing on here? You watching UFC? Oh, okay. What you arguing for? So it's not a good tactic to use "I'm gonna leave" as a threat. Go if you gotta go. It's not a threat. Cause a motherfucker constantly threatening you they gonna leave. I don't need that bullshit. Go. Cause I can walk the fuck away. If I feel like I'm gonna be mistreated, I will walk away. Just walk off. Cause see, I ain't about, and that's one thing that people get mixed up trying to change people, trying to change who people are. Yeah, I ain't got time for that either. Folks is grown. Okay, folks is grown. They doing whatever the fuck they want to do. And if I can deal with you, then I'll deal with you. If I can't deal with you, I ain't gonna deal with you. It ain't about trying to make you and mold you into this man I want you to be just because I want that man. Sometimes you want shit that ain't good for you. Everybody ain't good for everybody. I'm way off topic now, but whatever. Um, I'm probably going ahead and close this off. So that's why I don't waste time with the semantics. Let me help you out my life. My time is valuable. I heard that. Cruz, I can do slight molding, but can't change the chord. An adjustment is different. You can make an adjustment. I can make an adjustment. That is called compromise. And if any relationship is going to work long term, both people have to be willing and able to do some compromising. Because one person can't be rigid and the other person got to do all the bending. That don't work. Because you start getting resentful. Like, oh, I got to bend over backwards all the time and you don't never move an inch. It take two people to make this relationship work. Why are you making me do all the work? I got to do all the work. Well, I do a little bending, you do a little moving. I move towards you a little bit, you move towards me a little bit. Come on. Love you too, sweetheart. You know, there's got to be some reciprocity in that situation. I done got all off into relationships and shit. Y'all forgive me. Please forgive me. This be the third time I said Gemini's got two brains. One of them is on topic, the other one is off topic. Just bear with me. So you got to do some type of compromising. You just don't change everything about you. Yeah. To fit somebody else's idea of who you should be. You don't fit somebody's idea about who you should be. No, it ain't Jill Scott. This is some music I got directly off YouTube. Little royalty free little music they be having. The Wesley say where I'm from. I'm from the Chi. And just for information, we us here in Chicago, we don't call it Chirac. That was a name foisted upon us. We just called it Chicago, the Chi. Happy New Year, Swan. So, there's always some compromise that needs to be done. Hello, Paul, and thank you. Now, Jilla Will, you asked me earlier what I thought about sex before marriage. People gonna do that. If you asking me from my personal spiritual belief points, I'm a Muslim, so no sex before marriage. But the reality of what people gonna do, yeah, people gonna have sex before marriage. Are you asking if that's a good idea or a bad idea? Because I don't know. If you want to know if I think it's a good idea or bad idea, it's really irrelevant. Because people gonna do it regardless. When I first got married, I didn't have sex with my husband before I got married. We knew each other all of 2 weeks before I got married to him. And I didn't have sex with him during that 2 week span. All I did was ask him, did he work? Did he have any problems in that area? He was like, no. Okay. He was a young enough man. My husband was 27. I figured you young enough, shouldn't have no problem. He didn't. Thank you, Wolf and Beta Clothes. I greatly appreciate that, as well as you, Carter Drew. Thank you. So, you know, I just wanted to come on here and kind of share what women be thinking, how we're choosing men. And it's warped because a lot of women don't choose well. They choose on just certain things. Jilla Will said, I'm interested in what sexual encounters changes in a relationship between a man and a woman. Clarify that. How do you mean changes? Like, does it get better? Does it get worse? Or how do you keep the spark? I'm not real sure about your question. Yeah, 2 weeks, and we were not in love when we got married, crew. We ran that like an interview, lined up what his intentions and his priorities are and what he expected out of a woman, lined up with my intentions and my expectations of my husband. We saw each other, we liked how we looked. I was pleased with how he looked, he liked how I looked, and then we got married. I don't know that I would do that again a second time around, if there's a second time around, but that's how it happened the first time. Uh, says Girl, Black Swan, my laptop, it looked cute. It looked pretty. That's about it. It's all nice and red and pretty and shiny. This is a piece of shit. But anyway, most women would pass on a good man. Well, like I was saying, the expectation, or rather, not the expectation, but the understanding is gone. Again, these are women who barely understand their own femininity beyond their sexual prowess, right? So they don't really understand men and their masculinity, right? Um, and you have women who understand on an intrinsic level, um, what turns us on and what drives us, right? We know what drives us to be attracted to a man, but that can't be all that attracts you. Just like a man knows what drives him to be attracted to a woman, all her physical attributes. But he knows that if he wants her to be a wife, she has to be more than that. And some men are shallow, but then there are also some women who are very shallow and they don't know if he getting her wet and he don't have no other qualities of a good man that she should be looking for. And so therefore she does not choose properly the man to spend her time with, to give her body to have children for, that kind of thing. Yeah. And it does kind of go back to competing, because a lot of women say they want an alpha, but they don't, because you actually have to work for him and you got to deal with that guy. You got to deal with him. Alphas are not easy to deal with. You don't got to have a whole lot of bumps and jumps with them, but you kind of can't. What you do have to do is have a tough skin dealing with an alpha male. If you wear your feelings on your sleeves, you get them hurt, because they're not overly bothered by your feelings. I mean, they care about them, but you can't be all over the place with that shit. There's work to be done when you're dealing with an alpha male. You do have to compete. All that lazy shit not gonna work for him, because he wants you on the team, and anybody that's on the team got to contribute to the success of that team. And if you can't contribute to the success of the team, what you here for? Nobody's paying you to ride the pine. How do you tell the difference between love and lust? Lust almost work the same for men and women. If I don't love a guy, but I want him sexually, after I have my feel of him sexually, I'll move on. Won't care what he does, who he sees, or who he talks to. Men kind of work the same way. Screw her. Once you get your feel of her sexually, you're done. You don't even want to know nothing else. You ain't even trying to get into nothing else with her. What for? For what? Want nothing else to do with her? David Simmons said a lot of women get upset because they can't cajole the men they want into wanting them. That's true. Because see, you can't make folk want you. You just gotta be the best you. Somebody will want it. Somebody will want it. Somebody will want to deal with you because I feel like I'm an awesome catch. But the couple of guys that ran into deal with, they thought so as well, but they didn't want to go down that road with me. They didn't want to go down that road with me. Yeah, just left relationships. They didn't want to do that. Because it comes down to what you're selling and what somebody's shopping for. Whether I want to or not, I have wife stamped on my forehead. I am your wife. Right there. I'm not your boo. I'm not your 3 a.m. booty call. I'm not the bitch that you call to suck your dick in the back in the car. I'm not her. I am the one that you want on the team permanently. I'm the, you know. And if the guys that come to me aren't shopping for wife, he not gonna engage me like that. Because I am selling wife stuff. You know? Now if I was selling ass and booty call and I ain't really shit, I'm just the bitch you kind of fuck, and the guy that's shopping for the bitch that you kind of fuck, it'd be all on me. But if I'm selling wife stuff, the dude that's looking for the bitch he gonna fuck, he gonna pass me up. But the dude that's looking for wife, he gonna stop. He'll stop right at the store like, oh, you selling wife shit. Oh, let's see. You got cooking skills. You selling cooperation. Yeah, you're amicable. You got a nice attitude. You look pretty good. I like the way you look. You selling wife shit. Well, I'm currently shopping for a wife. So what do you say? You think you might want to, you know, sell to me your wifely wares? Hmm. Maybe I'll sell you some wifely wares. I don't know. We'll see. See? So just because the guys pass me up don't mean that what I'm selling is bad or wrong. It doesn't mean they're not searching for it. They don't want it. Yeah, one guy basically said it. He's like, I don't. I I've been divorced all of a month, and then I ran into you, and you are a wife. And he's like, and the scary part is, I can see you as my wife. That's the part. You could be my wife. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that. I couldn't do nothing but respect the honesty. I had to respect. What else am I gonna do? Say no? No, you lying. No. Thank you, JBA, and Happy New Year to you as well. Let's say when a man is trying too hard to get a woman's attention, is that the point when he should quit due to the reciprocation? Why come I couldn't say that word? You shouldn't have to try that hard to get somebody's attention. I don't. I'll try. I'll shoot my shot. Somebody either gonna return it or they not. That's the that's the that's the deal. They either gonna reciprocate what you're doing or they don't want to. And you have to accept it. I've learned to take the L. And it's not really an L all the time. It's just, and that didn't work. It didn't pan out. Okay. There's nothing lost. I mean, it ain't like so much time was invested and everything was invested and he just left me. I mean, we were talking all of a couple of days. It'd be all right. So I've met women who were surrounded by less than husband material, even though they were wife material. They usually get converted to less desirable women. It is a shame because we will adapt to the environment as women in order to get the attention and the energy of men. And if all the men around us, or at least the men that we can get to, all are kind of shopping for the booty call and we're not the booty call, those of us who tired of taking the L or don't know how to take the L or get frustrated with the L will be like, okay, come over here and get this ass at 3 o'clock in the morning. Just come on. God, I feel so like a piece of shit. Are you done? Okay, that was good. Oh, fuck, you're not even gonna call me the next day. Then the next dude, okay, you can come over at 2 and get the ass. Come on, get the, oh God, okay. All the while you feel like a piece of shit. So when a woman is showing you all the right signs, yet she doesn't feel the same way as you do for her, then it's leave that alone. Leave that alone. Unfortunately, you have to leave it alone. Maybe that the feelings will change because women's feelings change all the time, but maybe they won't. And maybe you'll be in a situation where you love her hard and she don't really love you. Cause see, we're kind of on that love tip. Men want love, but they want respect first. And Wolf and Beta Clothes, this is true. The situations end up kind of the same. The women kind of end up in the same boat, kind of regardless how they got there. You see what I'm saying? But I know I said this like what 30 minutes, an hour ago, that I am going to get off of here. I'm hungry now, so I might get me something to eat, and I might hit this road. Y'all feel me? Cause I think I hear rain outside, and rain mean money more often than not. See what I'm saying? So, with that being said, thank everybody for coming through. I love you guys. I appreciate you for listening to me ramble because I've spent like the first 30 minutes on topic and the rest of it on me on topic. Hmm. One more question. Should men pay attention to who's putting more in a relationship? Usually men are putting more into the relationship. Women women will put a lot of their emotion into the relationship, but men are doing a lot of the work of the relationship. You see what I'm saying? All right. So that's it. That's all I got for you today. And I will check you tomorrow, hopefully. Thank you guys. Happy New Year to you all. I love you. Bye bye.